Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. I wanted just to give you my reaction. I'm gonna go straight to it. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Today we're gonna be talking about UFC 282, just the main event, Jan versus Ankalaev. So many people thought that it was a robbery. Ankalaev should have won. I think one that tailored to it was that Jan, after the fight, was like, hey, I don't think I won the fight, blah blah blah. But I think he was just too emotional. But because he said that, everyone thought he won, and everyone looked at the fourth and fifth round, but forgot about the first three rounds. Let's be honest here, and I don't care if I get any dislikes or anything, but I'm telling you the whole truth, man. Think about how was this fight a robbery? Let's really think about how the fight was a robbery. The second and third round went to Jan. That's no question. The fourth and fifth went to Ankalaev. So right there, it's not a robbery. Because look, you got multiple rounds where both parties won the fight. Close fight. So the only margin for error is a close fight. That's it. Look at the first round. Rewatch the first round. If anybody has any questions of how this fight should have gone, rewatch the first round. Rewatch the first round. Rewatch it. And come back here in the comment section if you go, okay, I can see how Jan won that first round too. Because now you have a situation where there's 3 rounds going to Jan, right? And then you have a 10-8. You can argue a 10-8 or a 10-9 for the 5th round, depending on the criteria, right? A draw at best, or Jan should have won. There's no way Ankalaev should have won the fight, for the simple fact that the 4th round, he panicked. His leg was messed up, and he panicked. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That's why he did it. It wasn't a game plan because, Jan was stuffing most of his takedowns throughout the fight, besides the 4th and 5th rounds. 4th round, he panicked and went for a takedown, but it did nothing with it. Yeah. 5th round. Yep, that was a complete domination round. He could score 10-8, whatever. But it doesn't change the fact that he did not win the fight. What other round did he think he won besides 4th and 5th? That's the question. What other fight did he think? And one thing about Ankalaev, and I don't know if it's just a translation, man, but this guy is very arrogant. When I look at this guy, he doesn't give no credit to anybody. He's very delusional when it comes to stuff. Like that Thiago Santos fight, he didn't fight that good. But he wanted a title shot, or I think he's the next level. Or, he needs a new challenge. No, you're not fighting good. You're fighting boring, bro. Wrestling, grappling is not boring unless you make it. Striking is not boring unless you make it. Literally. I like grappling fights. But I need to see transitions. I need to see dominations. I need to see ground and pound. I need to see different things to show that you're actually trying to do something instead of holding on because you're scared. There's a difference in grappling. And so I'm going to say this, man. Ankalaev, I'll say this. What I took away from this fight is that Ankalaev needs to work on stop counter punching. It's not working for him. Because the first thing I thought of in this fight, I was like, dude, if Jan uses leg kicks and and tell me I'm not wrong about this, all Ankalaev do is counter with that right. He's a southpaw, and he does that right hook counter, move to the side. Literally, is all he does. People can read that every single time now. He's not changed the way he strikes. He's not. What happens is these fighters throw fillers, just to see his reaction, and it's always a right hand on counter. He throws his left hand, but he counters with his right hand. He loves countering with his right hand. That's what he does. And he has powerful kicks. You know, he just waits to react. And the problem with that was Jan, he met his match that night. Jan throws powerful leg kicks. Jan is also a good counter puncher. He's also powerful. And so that alone showed you that this 40-year-old man was outstriking this, 20-year-old. He couldn't handle it. So he had to go to his wrestling. He normally don't wrestle. He had to go to his wrestling. And honestly, Jan did really good. I think if he would have prepared more, he probably, in the fourth, fifth round, he probably would have got taken down. But it was a last-minute fight. He had to do what he had to do to try to get a championship. All respect to him. It's a great opportunity. And the fight ended up in a draw. I don't see how Ankalaev thinks he's won the fight dominantly. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't see it. Stop being emotional, guys. Rewatch the fight. Understand that there's more than just 2 rounds in a fight. It's a 5-round fight. It's scored round by round. Remember that. It's not scored by, this guy won the first 4 rounds, and the 5th round, the other guy dominated, so he should have won. No, that's not how it goes. Rewatch the fight. It's scored by round basis. Rewatch the fight. It's scored by round basis. So a draw was a good decision. Rewatch the fight. Or Jan should have won because of when the judges gave the 3rd round to Ankalaev, which that was not his round. Matter of fact, if I can remember in that 3rd round, Ankalaev tried to go for the takedown. He got it at the very end, but the first single leg he tried to go to, he got hit with like 20 shots by Jan, heavy shots on one leg. So yeah, dude, that was totally Jan's round. And I rewatched the first round. And honestly, I could say Ankalaev was missing a lot of punches. The only thing that the commentators were saying, which was landing a little bit, was he threw one good body kick, and like a few of those push kicks to the body. But they were not damaging. The leg kicks were more damaging. The left hook that Jan was landing was more damage. He had more damage in that round, and I feel like he landed more accurately. So rewatch that first round and see if you don't come to that same conclusion. Stop being emotional and going off what everybody says or it's like the news. Like something comes on the news, right? Without doing your research about what actually happened, you just go right into it, talking about it, without researching actually what happened. It's the same thing with UFC. Is just like someone says this, that's part of the organization, and you believe it without actually doing your research and watching. Watch the fight. And if you watch it, rewatch it again. Don't let the biased commentary and all that stuff get in the way. Jan did himself a disservice by saying that pretty much give the belt to Ankalaev. He shouldn't have done that. He should have never done that, because now what that does is it discredits him for even considering a win. Because people are not going to watch the fight. They're going to be like, oh, Jan said he won, so he won. No, Jan should have just kept it quiet. That was bad on him to do that. Jan should have just kept it quiet and go from there. And be like, hey, I will rewatch the fight and see what I come to as a conclusion. Left it as that. Don't say, oh, give him the belt. No, that's not how it works. And the fight was closer than what he thought. Usually you agree with usually the fighter's delusional when it comes to they thought they won even though they didn't. He was too emotional and actually did the opposite and said, oh, I think I lost the fight. Dude, you didn't lose the fight. First, second, third round was your round. Was your rounds. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know your thoughts on it. Look, man, everybody gonna have their opinion. I don't bash people for their own opinion, you know. But I'm just telling you my analysis of the fight. What's next? Crazy is what I think is gonna happen next is, well, Dana White during the press conference said that it's gonna be Jamal Hill versus Glover Teixeira, and then I think whoever the winner of that is, Jan will fight him next. Right? Here's the thing, because here's the thing you have to consider, right? Even though Ankalaev is very talented, southpaw guy, good kicks, good power, speed, fast, great wrestling. He has all it takes to be a superstar, but he's very conservative, and that's his issue. And I think with the UFC, they don't like that. They don't like these fights. That's 2 fights in a row where, oh, well, no, Anthony Smith, that's right, never mind. Not 2 fights in a row, but 2 fights almost back to back where he was very conservative. The Thiago Santos fight, he was very conservative. He got dropped. And then, and then this fight. So it's kind of like when the UFC is looking at that as an analyst and going, I don't think this guy, I don't think this guy's gonna sell pay-per-views. I really don't think this guy's gonna sell pay-per-views. He's very conservative. He has the skills, but he's not finishing fights. He's choosing to be laid back. And I knew during this fight, this dude was not going to knock out Jan. I just knew it for the simple fact that he's very conservative. Jan has a chin. Jan has experience. He has a lot of power, and he's going to be very nervous, just like Thiago Santos' fight. I was like, yes, Thiago Santos beat Jan, but it was all a game of inches. It was all about who landed first. And unfortunately, Jan got the worst of it. But Thiago Santos, he got power, so can't knock him for it. But if Jan would have landed something clean on Thiago, who knows? It would have been, could have been lights out for him too. So I knew that Jan is a tough son of a gun. He's a tough son of a gun. So at that point, I see Jan getting the next title shot after this title shot, if that makes sense. I don't see Ankalaev getting a title shot, and his legs are all messed up. Jan took less damage. Yeah. That's how I look at the fight, dude. Jan's gonna definitely get it first because I think he sells more. I think also in the striking department, he wasn't boring at all. He didn't sit back like Ankalaev. Ankalaev sat back, didn't do much, and also he has an injury. He has to have an injury. He's gonna be out for at least 6 months. Ankalaev is. But he doesn't sell tickets, and he didn't do a dominant performance. You know what I mean? He just didn't. He didn't dominate. So, Jan Blachowicz is next for sure. After Glover Teixeira versus Jamal Hill. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time.